My name is Agent Psycho, and we're gonna get started on the 61st chapter of the Exploring the Arsenal series, featuring me, Agent Psycho, aka Toast Sniper 98. This time, we're gonna be taking a look at the Super Shorty, and obviously, because the Super Shorty has no other variants, this will be a very short chapter. The Super Shorty is a very interesting shotgun. It's a very high damage shotgun. In fact, its damage pretty much rivals that of the M590 military. Maybe even the M590 CQB, but maybe I'm overextending myself there. But the Super Shorty is most definitely a very high-end damage shotgun, much like the double barrel shotgun and the M590 military. So, yeah, expect to do a lot of possible one-shots, but then again, there is a trade-off for this huge damage. So, yeah, background information on the Super Shorty. It is unlocked at the rank of Second Lieutenant 1, just like the TAR-21 that I did the review on just earlier. And for a day, it did cost 1500 GP for a day, and for a week, it does cost 7350 GP. Now, moving on to the statistics here. The statistics on the Super Shorty. Damage, according to Commons Wiki, says that the Super Shorty has a damage rating of 80, and this is quite true. I believe there are other damages. Actually, not really, because I mean the R870 MCS. I think the R870 MCS also has a damage rating of 80, but if it is, then it's not very accurate at all, because I do believe that Super Shorty is more powerful than the R870 MCS. That's for a fact. And if the R870 MCS doesn't actually have 80 damage, then I suppose I'm confusing it with another shotgun. But in any case, the damage is very, very high. Damage drop-off. The damage drop-off is actually very good for the Super Shorty. Over its effective range, you can actually deal a lot of damage. It reminds me of the Max's R870 MCS or the Boneyard shotgun, in that each individual I can't speak today. Each individual pellet deals a lot of damage, like a lot. I mentioned in the Max's and the Boneyard shotgun reviews that each individual pellet deals a huge amount of damage. Well, the Super Shorty, why do I keep saying Super Shorty? The Super Shorty behaves in a similar fashion, in that each pellet deals a lot of damage as well. So, yeah, both the damage and the damage drop-offs are very excellent on the Super Shorty. Moving on to the rate of fire. The rate of fire is at, or actually I skipped over portability completely. The portability on the Super Shorty is at an 80, and compared to other shotguns, which typically had like around mid-high 60s or so, like 67, that was like a common portability statistic among shotguns. The Super Shorty is actually really fast at 80, so the Super Shorty is definitely tailored towards like the true shotgun role. Like you put it. I'll get to why when we discuss the other aspects of the Super Shorty. You'll quickly see why it very well fulfills the role as a secondary shotgun. Even though you can't put it in your secondary slot, it still is an excellent backup weapon, just like the double barrel. The rate of fire is at a 23, which means that you can actually shoot this thing very fast, even though it is technically called a pump action shotgun, having the same rate of fire as, like, say, some other automatic weapons. So that's very fast for a pump action, you know. So, moving on to its accuracy, quote unquote. The accuracy on the Super Shorty is pretty excellent in my opinion as well. Other shotguns may have not quite good, as good of an accuracy, but Super Shorty's bullet pattern seems to go wherever as long as you have your reticle over your enemy, it seems to at least put a few bullets into them. So that's obviously a very good thing, isn't it? Let's see. Moving on to the recoil. The recoil is at a 61. Per shot, you don't really need to worry about this, but you may have a slight problem with aiming if you aim this, or if you go full auto, like you fire as fast as you can. Maybe you'll start having a few problems with it, but overall, the recoil shouldn't really be much of a problem with you, because once again, it is a pump action shotgun. Even though it has a pretty damn high fire rate for a pump action shotgun, that pump animation shouldn't be able to negate the recoil by itself. Moving on to the, let's see, the recoil spread. The recoil spread seems to be the same as it is on the R870 R870, so I'm not too sure what I can compare it to, because I don't really know how big it is compared to other shotguns, but I have a feeling it's the same as the Remington, so there you go. Before I forget about this, the Super Shorty does fire 8 pellets per shell, so that's a healthy amount there. And moving on to the sprint drawback, or the Tapfire Ability. Wait, hold on, we don't need to talk about that. Fuck that. The sprint drawback on the Super Shorty is pretty quick. I mean, it's not it's not something to, you know, go in depth about, but I mean, it is a shotgun, so you would expect that the sprint drawback should be pretty quite quick, because you know you gotta whip it out as fast as you can. I know that's what she said. I made it intentional. Moving on to the draw speed. The draw speed is also very quick as well. It reminds me of the Keltec KSG-12. Their draw animations are they should be identical if I'm not mistaken, and the draw animation for the Super Shorty as well is completely silent, so you can pull your sneaky beaver mode on with the Super Shorty as well if you want to go around shotgunning people. So yeah, the draw speed is very quick, so it does. That's one of the reasons why it caters towards the fact that it is an excellent secondary weapon to finish someone off. Moving on to the center speed. Well, we don't really need to talk about the center speed now, do we? Moving on to the reload speed. The reload speed is pretty fast for a pump action shotgun anyway. I think it reloads very fast for pump action shotguns, in fact. So you can definitely reload very quickly. So yeah, there you go. Moving on to the fire modes, it's only available in one fire mode because it's a pump action shotgun, so pump action, semi-automatic, whatever you want to call it. Moving on to the what's next here? The fire modes, and then the luck. The luck on the Super Shorty is actually quite high. For some reason, Super Shorty has a very high tendency to get headshots, especially from long range. So if you guys are at long range, then I do highly recommend that you guys spam a few bullets at your enemies. Hopefully get a good, nice little headshot, lotto somewhere there, and yeah. Moving on to the ammo capacity. Now, here's where the Super Shorty's main disadvantage lies. The Super Shorty has only 3 rounds in it. That's very, very, very little, considering that most of the shotguns at least have that 6 or something like that, unless you're using the double barrel, which you only have 2. But yeah, the Super Shorty is kind of like the double barrel shotgun in that if you don't kill your enemy within 3 shells, you're kind of fucked. Cause even though the reload speed is quite fast, it's still gonna take some time, and that's more than enough time for your enemy to kill you if you know don't finish them off. So yeah, the Super Shorty. That's why I think of it as like a modified double barrel shotgun, because they both have completely silent draw animations. They both have very fast draw animations. They're both shotguns, that's obvious. They both have very high damage, and they have very low ammo capacity. The double barrels, you either have to hit them, you basically have to hit them one shot, or one or at most 2 bursts, otherwise you're fucked. And Super Shorty, you have 3 shells to do the same thing. So that's why I say it's a very good backup weapon, because if you light up your enemy and you only need 1 more good shot to finish them off, the Super Shorty is there because it only has 3 shots, and it kind of forces you to make your shots count if you train with it. So the Super Shorty that's why I call it a very good side weapon or a backup weapon, because you can definitely finish people off with the Super Shorty, given its damage profile and the fact that it's a very fast drawing weapon. Moving on to the key physical characteristics of Super Shorty, it just looks really short. It truly lives up to its name, Super Shorty. I mean, it's got a very short barrel. It's like a midget shotgun, to be honest with you. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. Its body frame kind of reminds me of Spaz 12 when I look at the weapon picture on the profile. But I don't know. I'm probably just yeah. Anyways, so moving on to the muzzle noise. The muzzle noise on the Super Shorty is a very low frequency booming noise, so it's kind of grainy too. It sounds kind of grainy. I don't know why. Anyways, so moving on to the attachment options, you cannot attach anything to this Super Shorty. So once you buy it, that you have to use it as it is. Unfortunately, the Super Shorty does not allow for any magazine modification, so it's not like you can go around having 7 shells like you would normally would at R870. But so yeah, the Super Shorty is designed to be like the double barrel, in that it is a precision shotgun. So yeah, there you go. Moving on to the let's see what's next here. Whether or not it's fire team worthy. No. I don't know. You could have a lot better. You could bring a lot better shotguns for this kind of thing for fire team, not the Super Shorty. I mean, it's a powerful shotgun, but nah, I'm not too sure about that. Moving on to the what is it called? The yawn here because I just woke up. Moving on to the, let's see, we got the fire team. Quarantine worthy, sorry about that. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. Quarantine worthy. I mean, it's pretty damn fast for a shotgun, but it only has 3 shells, so I don't know what you think about that. Personally speaking, because of the fact that it only has 3 shells, I don't know. It's iffy. So yeah. Moving on to the, my first personal opinions. The Super Shorty is definitely an interesting shotgun. It's a very fun shotgun to use. However, it can get frustrating for shotgun noobs like me who don't know how to use shotguns very effectively. And I'm one of those people who tends to spray with shotguns. That's why I love the my Accessory 70 MCS mod so much. And so yeah, the Super Shorty, I'm gonna say it's a very good shotgun, just because of the fact that it has such high damage. However, you must know how to aim with a shotgun well, because otherwise you're not going to be able to use that damage. I mean, you know, what's the point of having high damage shotgun if you can't even hit them? So yeah, overall, the Super Shorty is a very good shotgun. However, it will take a lot of practice getting used to if you guys aren't necessarily big fans of shotguns to begin with. So yeah, and we'll wrap up the review on the Super Shorty shotgun. So yeah, my name is Agent Psycho, aka Toast number 98, and I will see you guys later. This has been a review on the Super Shorty. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. You could shoot that.
Round start. Grenade! Round start. Round start. Alpha team wins.